Okay, in the previous video, we printed a simple text on our homepage, but that was just a demo. We need a real homepage with a lot of HTML tags and elements, right? So what if we try to load all the HTML tags and elements inside this HTTP response? Of course, we are going to mess with this file and we will never be able to manage this file. Okay, so that's where the template comes in. So instead of using the HTTP response, we will render the template. Okay, so how to render the template now? So the first thing you have to do is you have to actually create a folder on your root folder. Okay, so let me collapse this and you have this manage.py, right? So this is actually your root folder and you just create a new folder called templates. Okay, root inside the root folder, just create a templates folder, and inside this templates, just create a new file called home.html. Okay, so we have created one home.html here. So what we will do is we will simply cut this. We'll simply cut this and put it here. Okay, so now we want to actually load this home.html, not this HTTP response. So how to connect this views to this home.html? So for that, what we use is something called render. Okay, so we will return render. So inside the render function, it actually takes the request. Okay, we are actually taking the request inside this home function, right? So the same request will go here, comma, the template name, which is home.html. Okay, so the home.html is actually inside the templates. Okay, so that's why you say inside the single quotation home.html. And one more thing, render is not imported in this file, so that's why what we should do, we should actually say from Django.shortcuts, import render. Okay, you must be wondering how do I remember all these from where this HTTP response comes. So this is actually, I have a lot of practice with the Django, but you don't need to remember from where these packages or libraries come. Just follow along with me. By practice, you will also remember these packages. Okay, so from where to import and all. Okay, so we have imported this render from Django.shortcuts. Just save the file. Okay, so now what we are doing, when the home function triggers, we are rendering the home.html. Okay, so inside the home.html we have this data. Okay, we want to display that in the home page. Okay, the last thing what we need to do is we need to actually configure a little bit inside the settings.py. Okay, go to the settings.py and just scroll down and you see this templates, right? So inside this templates we have the dirs. So inside this dirs list we just pass the folder name, templates folder name. Okay, so what is our folder name? Of course this is templates. Okay, inside the single quotation or double quotation you pass templates. Okay, save the file and that's it. Okay, so now what will happen, home function will be called, and inside the home function we are rendering the HTML template home.html, which is inside templates and home.html, and inside the home.html what we have, this is our home page. Now let's refresh this page and of course we will not see anything, but the thing is this this data, I mean this text is actually coming from the home.html. Now what if I change this? Okay, this is loading from the template. Save this file and refresh. Okay, you can see this is loading from the template. All right, so HTML template is not limited to this one or two tags, right? So we have something called HTML boilerplate. So what I'll do is I will remove this and I will put one exclamation mark and hit tab. Okay, so what I'll get is this HTML boilerplate. If your VS code does not work this way and maybe you have to write this manually, but I don't recommend that. What you can do is you can simply say HTML boilerplate. Okay, simply say HTML boilerplate And here you can see this is actually the HTML boilerplate. You can simply copy this and you know paste it. All right, so here you can rename your title, Django basics, and maybe I have implemented Django template. Okay, save this file and refresh. You can see I have implemented Django template and this title is coming over here, right? So if you view page source, you can see the HTML code or the boilerplate. Okay, so this is how we load the HTML template. All right, so in the next one we will implement Bootstrap or we'll talk about apps. Okay, thank you.